Eminent Dr. Mampila Rampili, thank you so much for your time. So tell me a little bit about the BMI side of the involvement with Indoni.
We are fortunately on a continent of Africa, the cradle of humanity, where people understood a very long time ago that it takes a village to bring up the best in each one of us. There was never an orphan with people not caring, because people then understood that every child is a gift with talents that are unique to that child, but those talents need to be brought out through love, care, advice, and guidance. This whole program its strength is the fact that there is intergenerational caring for young people who missed out on being able to have firm foundations for their careers, and now have the opportunity to not only be supported financially by their benefactors and mentors, but also to benefit from the conversations that bring out the love, the connectedness that make us human.
Talk to me about the spirit of Ubuntu, because as I understand it, Ubuntu is the glue that holds all this humanity together, and the way Indoni runs is on that, it's like the fuel.
Ubuntu is a recognition of what scientists now, neuroscientists, understand, that human beings are wired to be connected. So if we are rejected or feel marginalized, we are not able to bring out the best. And so the wisdom of Africa as the cradle of humanity was in developing this philosophy of Ubuntu, that I am who I am because I'm part of something larger than me. And so our engagement as mentors is a celebration that I can't be successful on my own when there are children out there for no fault of their own, like my particular mentee is a young woman who was like a little flower, a bud that was closed, because she grew up in tough circumstances. She lost her father, and now she has lost her mother.
So she's like my mother, and she advised me. So I'm now her daughter now. Yeah. I was just scared to share my things too. Yeah, but I get used as times goes. Yeah.
And so, how can a child like that, who has turned out to be an unbelievable dancer, have been left there uncared for? So we really have to thank Balu, who developed this concept and sold it to us and opened our eyes to how little it takes actually to make a huge difference in the lives of young people, who some of whom now are out there in the big wide world as dancers, accomplished artists.
I'd like to highlight that for the company to have the BMIs, it has played a huge role. First of all, where they come from, I know for a fact, from my mentees, I know they come from no father, no mother, or there is a mother, there is a father. I'm talking about my mentees, but they are drunkens. So they do not talk anything. They don't make any sense to their kids. They don't even know if they ate something or they didn't. So now, when I take my hat off the BMIs, it's because they played that huge part in my students' lives. And I can see their growth. When they come in, not wearing the shell, suddenly you see the chest. And then I count them as, okay, they've survived. They're one of the healed ones in the world. Because the dampness, if you're surrounded by the dampness, you start molding. And the BMIs are helping the mold to disappear. And then when that happens, through God, they take a huge leap in terms of dancing. They fly. Right now, I'm sitting with at least 4 people this year that have shown another side that I never ever thought I would ever see. Kids that were premature, that they're very short. You can see that at first you think, okay, my job is to bring a human being in this person, and the person must trust him or herself before a dance step. That's my job, you know. I first have to give, before you think that you're nothing, I have to replace that and bring it back to you and say you are something. Otherwise you wouldn't be in this world if you had no purpose. You know, God knew exactly what he did, what he was doing, and we all have a purpose. BMIs, I salute them.
My mentor it's my mother, Too Small. I live with my family and my mother, my sister and my uncle.
Okay, so you have family, but Spoor's like a second mother to you.
Yeah.
Liwana, and my mentor is Mams Osbo.
Okay.
And she has been like a second mother to me. And she has helped me like through my problems. And I tell her everything. And she gives me advice about life and how to go about my problems. So she has guided me through everything that I needed help with.
Dimpiwe. Dimpiwe is like a present. What I like about being involved with Indoni is that there is something I can do for somebody who is in need. And being in need doesn't mean just being in need for money. You know, you need a friend, you need a parent, and all that. And I'm somebody that he can talk to about anything, because we've discussed a lot their living conditions at home. So all those things, you know, a young person needs that kind of person to relate to.
Yeah, the guidance.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, first when I met Mama Bandi, I didn't trust her because it was my first time.
Okay.
So, yeah, but as time goes on, we managed to trust each other. Yeah, and she was like my second mom because I was able to share everything there, and she was able to share everything.
She advised me a lot. She's a businesswoman, yes, yeah, and I'm doing the art side. So we have a collabo when it comes to business and when it comes to life as well. She coaches me in life. She coaches me in things that I, at my age, are supposed to be doing. Yeah, not that she tells me that not to do that, but she's advising me to stuff like that. So for this is my 3rd year. So for the first time I saw her, we had a connection. You know, at home we don't often talk to our parents about the things that often hurts us, but to her I was able to share like everything. So I'm really grateful to have her as my mentor, and I'm hoping that she'll continue and be my mentor. She'll forever be the part of me.
The BMI program has helped in so many ways. People want to help, and they don't know how to help. And people are concerned about the youth of this country, and this gives them a way of helping. The BMIs come about when they've seen the performance. They've seen the youngsters perform, and they've been so excited by it, and then they want to do something to help. It's been a wonderful way to get also people from different races and classes together to bridge the gap, and that's very important in this country. It's given the BMIs an opportunity to get to know well the young black people who they wouldn't have had an opportunity to know otherwise, and to understand their circumstances, because we don't understand what it's like to live in the township unless you get to know somebody. And I think for the youngsters, it's having someone to talk to. Many of the mentors come to our performances, and that even if they haven't got parents or friends in the performance, they know that they've got a mentor there in the performance who's looking at them.
It's really all down to parenting, because when you have good parenting, the children grow up well balanced, confident to go out in the world, because your first 7 years are your most impressionable. and what you get then, what you absorb from your peers or your carers, is how you build yourself and go out. So when they are lacking that, then they are unable to go out and face the world and feel that confidence. And when there's no confidence, there's fear. And when there's fear, there's disease and darkness.
Absolutely.
So you know, as BMIs, we bring that confidence and that love that you would have in a family. It's like taking them into your home for a year.
Absolutely.
In your heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the reality is that we live in a country which officially destroyed family life, officially through the apartheid system. And we can't expect that impact to disappear. So what we are doing is to knit together what was broken, is to heal the wounds in these children's hearts that liberate them to become better people, accomplished artists, and we are paving the way for them to become better parents.
I know what a busy person you are and how you know, traveling internationally, and your appointment diary is chock-a-block. It's amazing we got you today. So what I'd like people to understand is that even a busy person like you finds the time to be a mentor to one of these trainees from the township, so that they can go through the year of training and have somebody to lean on, somebody to guide them. Because year on year, Ndoni needs mentors. And people can say, oh, I'm too busy, and I don't know anyone busier than you. And so you manage, because it takes the heart, and the heart always has space.
This is the whole mystery of life. The more you care, the more time becomes available. Because we now know, and the world is coming around to understanding that we need to build a kind of socioeconomic system which has caring at its center, human dignity at its center. The sense that by helping other people to become better, your life becomes better. Because if you live in a society with greater equality, with happier, accomplished people, there's greater social stability, there's greater prosperity, there's greater love and happiness.